Hi, I'm Jess Keating, and you're watching Animalogic Second Nature.
Out of the slime and darkness it comes to inflict its life-destroying poison on the careless, the unwary, the unprotected.
For many of us, spiders, snakes, and centipedes trigger an innate fear. While it may seem to be due to their often many legs or lack thereof, deeper down, the phobia comes from their venom.
He then proceeded to extract the venom from the snakes. Pro-venom, venom, venom, venom.
Venom allows many creatures, otherwise harmless to ourselves and their prey, to dominate, both psychologically and physically.
Outside of humans being squeamish around spiders, many other animal species are born with a natural instinct to avoid venomous creatures. For example, many species of bird are born with the fear of coral snakes and venomous spiders and will do anything they can to avoid them.
Venomous creatures are found everywhere.
There are over 225,000 venomous species in the world. That's 15% of the world's species, and they're found everywhere except Antarctica.
Not to confuse them, of course, with poisonous creatures, and here's the difference.
The history on this goes back some 2,500 years to the early days in China.
Both venom and poisons are toxins, biologically created chemicals that alter the function of another organism. There are three major differences between the two. Poisons are ingested, either by eating, drinking, or absorption by skin, while venom is injected, usually by a sting or a bite. Venoms are also usually peptides and proteins, and if eaten would cause little damage, as stomach acids denature and inactivate them. Poisons, on the other hand, are usually made of compounds like alkaloids. These are far more effective when eaten. And finally, poisonous animals usually acquire their poison by eating poisonous things, typically plants, while venomous animals usually create their own venom, and they make quite a bit.
On average, for venomous animals, their venom takes up 0.5% of their total body weight. This means that if humans were to have venom, we would have to carry a pop can full at all times.
In those 225,000 venomous species, venom has evolved independently at least 88 times. It turns out that venom is a highly effective tool.
She encases her victims with silk and then kills with poison from her fangs.
And it's not just creepy crawlies.
There are 446 venomous mammals, including the highly adorable platypus. Like many venomous species, the platypus use their venom for self-defense. Their venom is found only in males, in sharp spurs on their hind feet. Their sting is reportedly incredibly painful, feeling like hundreds of wasp stings, and it can leave victims incapacitated for weeks.
Stingers like these are the most common delivery method for venom.
At its most basic, it's a sharp tube attached to a venom gland. Most venomous fish, like stargazers, have stingers that are modified dorsal spines. Others, like the Chimera monstrosa, have grooved barbs equipped with venom. Bees, wasps, and ants all have stingers, as do giant centipedes with their modified legs turned forcipules.
Though some species have much more advanced stingers.
Many cnidarians have highly elaborate and highly painful stingers called nematocysts. Their actual stingers are harpoon-shaped and are attached to the nematocyst by a coiled thread. When triggered, the harpoon shoots out at an incredible speed, reaching 100 kilometers an hour in just 700 nanoseconds. Piercing the skin easily, the harpoon releases the venom in the nematocyst into the victim. But it's not just one nematocyst. Some species, like the box jellyfish, can have around 800,000 nematocysts per square centimeter.
The octopus also has a rather interesting stinger.
Can't afford to miss a chance to photograph one of these elephant spiders of the ocean floor.
While many believe that the octopus envenoms prey with their beak, in reality they use a salivary papilla inside their mouths. This papilla is covered in a series of barbs that drill down into their prey and inject it with a paralyzing venom. They usually do this with clams, paralyzing the clam's muscles that keep their shell clamped shut.
Probably the most badass venomous bite belongs to the marine bloodworm Glycera.
These nightmare worms have only 4 teeth, arranged like corners in a square, and that makes them look so much more frightening than a solid ring of teeth. These teeth are very strong and are reinforced with copper minerals. Their abrasion resistance is on par with some of the hardest metal alloys. Each of their 4 teeth are equipped with venom glands, and they use their unique chemical compound when predating upon smaller prey.
Many insects too have venomous bites, and their special brand of venom can paralyze their prey and liquefy their insides.
Ooh. A lot of insects can't eat solid foods and can only drink, so using venom to turn their prey into juice boxes is very useful.
The ultimate in venomous bites, however, are the snakes, and both cobras and vipers excel due to their toxicity.
No sane person would deliberately expose himself to its venom. No intelligent person would venture within striking distance of its fangs.
Vipers, cobras, and several other venomous snakes have fantastic retractable syringe-like fangs hooked up to large venom glands. When not in use, the fangs retract and sit along the roof of their mouths, allowing them to close their mouths. But when they bite, the fangs pop forward, they pierce the skin of their victim, the muscles around their venom glands squeeze out their venom into their fangs, and they inject their prey.
These are biological hypodermic needles.
Due to their vast territory and deadly venom, these snakes are the most dangerous venomous creatures to humans. The gaboon vipers have the biggest fangs, measuring up to 5 centimeters long, and they have enough venom to kill 30 adult humans without having to create more. Spitting cobras and other venomous sprayers fudge the lines of one of the venom-poison distinctions by shooting their venom at their prey or attacker. Spitting cobras can accurately target prey up to 3 meters away, and they go for the eyes, blinding their victims. Similarly, red-spotted assassin bugs can both sting their prey and spit their venom as the circumstance prescribes. They can spray their venom up to 30 centimeters away. That's 8 times their body length.
Acrobat ants fudge the line between poison and venom even further.
These ants will surround their prey until dead. There has yet to be an observation of ants spraying their victims, and the leading theory is that they deliver the venom in a gaseous state, meaning that it's not being injected like a venom or being consumed like a poison.
Venom has a lot of different uses, and diamondback rattlesnakes use their venom to track their prey.
Their bites will cause internal bleeding in their victims, but it doesn't kill them right away. And so, the rattlesnake follows the dying prey, tracking the scent of its own venom. Similarly, parasitic pseudactian flies track ant venom fumes to find their prey, the ants emitting the odor.
Many species have venom that paralyze their prey, and one of the most novel uses of paralysis is seen in moles and shrews, both of which are adorably venomous.
Shrews don't need venom to kill their prey. They use it to keep it fresh. They will inject worms with their paralyzing venom so that the worm won't be able to escape. The shrew will pick up the paralyzed worm, carry it to its den, and then stack it with the rest of its collection of paralyzed worms. This way, the shrew always has a fresh supply of meals.
Shrews use venom to make preserves.
Determining the deadliest venomous animal is difficult, but one of the top contenders is the inland taipan. This snake can kill in 45 minutes despite not injecting very much venom. The banana spider is another particularly deadly species, and their venom causes paralysis and death. Fat-tailed scorpions belong to the Androctonus genus, which translates as man-killer, and that couldn't be more accurate. They have extremely deadly venom, and it kills 50% of their victims.
Venomous snake bites alone are responsible for 400,000 amputations and 100,000 deaths a year. That said, scientists are now using venom to save people's lives.
It's the principal ingredient of a drug called Provenom. Although Bill provides this drug to doctors at cost, Only a few states, such as Florida, have allowed him to treat otherwise incurable patients with it.
Many venoms have positive qualities that make them very useful in the pharmaceutical industry. For example, the Gila monster, a venomous lizard from the Sonoran Desert, has a venom that contains a peptide that lowers glucose levels in their own blood. This helps them gorge themselves without getting sick in their feast or famine environment.
Now, that particular peptide is being used to treat people with diabetes.
At Sao Paulo's Butantan Institute, the famous medically inspired snake ranch. Here, poisonous reptiles live in palatial quarters and are induced to yield their venom so that serums can be made to combat the activities of other poisonous reptiles.
Both pygmy rattlesnakes and saw-scaled vipers have venom that causes internal bleeding. And now modified versions of that venom can be used medicinally as blood thinners, especially in cases where there is a blockage of blood flow to the heart. Jararaca pit vipers have a venom that lowers blood pressure. And now in small controlled portions, it's being used to treat high blood pressure in humans. There is even an experimental drug that is using short-tailed shrew venom to kill cancer cells.
These are just a few of the amazing uses of venom, the powerful chemical compounds used all around the world to hunt, to defend, to preserve, and now to heal.
This business is all a great surprise to the snake, who never had any intention of using his venom in this way. And after it happens to him 2 or 3 times, he quits. He just dies. And then they can go and get their venom from some other snake.
So what should we talk about next? As always, please let us know in the comments, and do not forget to subscribe for new episodes of Animal Logic Second Nature every other week. Thanks so much for watching.